One of the things that Sulphur Springs brings is a sense of family. If you go around our community, you will see even the schools have the name community in it. There is a sense of family here. I came from Ventura County, where I was born and raised, and so that sense of family was really important to me. So the first time that I interviewed with our Board of Trustees, I felt that immediate. I felt that connection. I felt the sense of they're looking for somebody who's going to be committed, somebody who's going to be dedicated to the children and to the families, and really has that sense of what it means to work as a family, and I felt that from day one. Joan Lucid, I have to say, has been the one that's kind of taken me under her wing right away when I first met her. It actually happened to be, I knew Joan before because as an assistant soup, she was an assistant soup, so you kind of, you network, and so we knew each other from before, which was really nice. And then when I came in, she immediately said, "What do you need?" And we work together. We meet monthly as superintendents, and we talk about things that are going on within the valley because we share similar areas of challenges or successes. So we work on our own to do what we need to do, but when somebody needs help, we're there for each other. We are very, very strong in technology and science are big areas of focus that we're continuing to work on. And so I want to see that moving in the classroom, and I want to know how can I help the teachers, what are those suggestions I can be there for the principals, what can we do to work as a team. We have a 1-to-3 ratio, so for every 3 children we have 1 iPad. That interaction and the children working together has strengthened their skill sets, and to me that's a huge success. So I've never seen that in any district as profound, where in fact we've had over 25 school districts already visit us. And that's a huge success because it's really not us doing it, it's the kids. I think curriculum-wise, one of the things that it's not new, but we're really starting to dive into is the next generation science standards and the training on that. Kathy Harris, who's the Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, has done a phenomenal job of making sure that our teachers are prepared for training, have the resources in the classrooms to be able to do what they need to do. So this year, new is we are launching NGSS, making sure that our teachers have a good background, feel comfortable. NGSS doesn't have to be fully implemented till the 17-18 school year, but we want our teachers to be ready so that we're not waiting till the last minute. We want them to feel comfortable. We are also articulating with the high school district because when you're in 6th grade, it really shifts when you're looking at the standards and how there's a big shift that happens for 6th graders. Our district is not going to work in a silo. We will work with Heart, and we want to make sure that Heart works with us so that they know what our children are learning so that when they come to the high school that they're prepared. And so we're working on that, as well as the math Common Core standards. There's a big shift at 6th grade. So Common Core has really forced districts to work together if you're not unified, which is really nice, and really preparing our children. So that's new. The other thing that's new is our teachers are all being trained in English Language Development Common Core, because English Language Arts and ELD work together hand in hand. And so our teachers this summer all went to a training. So that's a big news. So the curriculum focus is continuing to strengthen, and we have some new training coming this year.
From a board's perspective, I look at our success in a different way. I look at the achievement that our students are doing and how well our teachers are working with our students and lifting up students to higher achievement levels. And there are metrics out there, and all of our schools have been California Distinguished Schools. So we've been, as a board, we've been happy that our high achieving schools and our students that get into that achieve at the highest levels are doing great, and we love to applaud that. The most challenging thing for me, as a school board member, has been to constantly wrangle with the lack of funding that the state provides, regardless of whatever model they call it, and provide the highest degree of education possible for our students.
I look at challenges as always opportunities. I always look at it as a positive. I always feel, especially as a superintendent, there's not enough time in the day to get to see the kids. I just have to say that's a challenge, you know. So I look at it as an opportunity, and I'm kind of going back to your question of scheduling. The funding is a challenge for this district, and I can, you know, that's going to be a challenge. But in my career, just the more time being with students and being there right in the ground level is challenging for administrators, you know, because you're you know, it's harder, you're running other things. So that's been an area that I've had to constantly schedule and really make sure that I do that, because that's what's most important, is doing that.